So our next singers, Lord have mercy,
Lord have
Lucia
mercy.
and Hayden, My Funny Valentine, Rogers and Hart.
Is your figure less than Greek?
Is your mouth a little weak
When you open it to speak, are you smart?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give you all a quick lesson.
Quick.
Very quick lesson. This is Rogers and Hart. This is a standard from a musical from the 1930s called Babes in Arms. Here is the theater kid coming out in me. Okay? The first thing I wrote, Stephanie, is please let them understand the context of the words of this song. I'm going to be very angry because this song is often sung very beautifully, but you don't understand the words to this song. And the words to this song, I've heard the best sing this song. And I was like, I could still tell they didn't know what they were singing about. I love the sound of it. But really quickly, this song, if you listen to the words, it's not a nice song.
It's a diss track.
It's a diss track. It is a woman saying, you are ugly. I'm giving you all the abridged version. You are ugly, but I still kind of like you. But I'm gonna see past the imperfections. I'm gonna see past the ugly. That's what this song's about. And the guy is so like I'll take it even a step further. The lyricist wrote the lyrics to the song because he felt he was ugly. And like he actually wrote the lyrics to this song because he felt he was too short to be attractive.
Wow.
And so you got to take that into context. I'm not saying you have to sing it like that, but you have to remember those things. And this is why I got very excited during the Be Real when Lucia especially talked about her and her boyfriend and kind of how they met in like an ugly spot. Like they met in like a fast food restaurant or something, like something random. And they were like, yeah, we were just cool. And we just got together and I was like, okay, she's gonna get it. And Hayden is this type of singer. So he's a standard singer. Hayden is a standard singer and he's gonna get it because his voice is going to get it.
Yes.
So going in for me, and this is me being very picky about Hayden, I would have come in, because Hayden opened it up, I would have come in with a little less vibrato. A little, my funny Valentine. Instead of, my funny Valentine. No. And that's just me personally. Because Hayden came in with a little bit more vibrato than I wanted. I said, but that's me being very picky. Okay. I said, if Lucia sings like this, she's going to win the show. Period. If she sings like the way she sang at her blind and the way she sang tonight, the show's over. And I'm going to tell you why. You take Gaga and Amy Winehouse and make one voice, and you got Lucia. It's scary. Like, I can't even describe it. There is so much story. It's like I don't know. There's just so much story in that voice. Like I was like, oh, Dad, God, like, did you were you on the streets and a crackhead? Like, and I'm not saying that to be funny, but it's that type of real. It's that type of story. And it's not a beautiful story. Like, it's a story of look where I came from. And Lucia may not have gone through anything.
Oh,
this is just a voice that she emotes. And it's just crazy. I said, Lucia is mopping the floor with this song. It was crazy. Everything that comes out of her mouth is original and it's perfect. I said, there are a few singers who can take any style of music And the second they start singing, Amy Winehouse is a perfect, Gaga's, those are perfect, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, any style you give them,
Mm-hmm.
and you just, Whitney, Mariah, Celine,
Mm-hmm.
Ariana, you
Mm-hmm.
know it is them. And that is Lucia. That's how distinct her voice is.
Mm-hmm.
I said, the thing that I loved about Hayden's voice the best, you never notice that Hayden never got louder than a mezzo forte, which is like a medium loud.
Thank you for the clarification.
And it was, and it stayed, the tone stayed so beautiful, so even, so gorgeous. Like Hayden took this song and gave it like the most beautiful embrace and just held on to it and just embraced it, where the song felt safe. Not Hayden feel safe, the song felt safe. And that's what I loved what he did. It took a lot of skill to do what he did because it never got too big, it never got too small. For him, it was just right. But Lucia mopped the floor with this song. She mopped it. That's my take, Stephanie.
Okay, I just love what you just said about Hayden, because that encompasses everything that I felt. It just felt so perfect. Like that song just felt so perfect in his throat. And it just felt like $1,000,000. Like his voice just sounded so rich, so authentic, so signature. I loved the care, which I think is what you're communicating, of which he took this song. I love their partnership together because their voices are very different. But when they sang together, it was just like you could tell that they both really, really, number one, took this experience seriously and took this battle seriously.
I feel like
And
they worked the hardest.
yes,
To me, it
yes,
felt like
yes,
they worked the hardest
yes,
because they had the most, to work on to make it
work.
symmetrical.
Yeah, to
If
make
that
it
makes
work.
sense, right?
Yeah, yes,
Give it
absolutely.
symmetry, right?
Yes, yes. Lucia's voice is like an antique or something. Like
No.
it's just the character, the uniqueness, the vibrato, the Amy Winehouse of it all, the Lady Gaga of it all. Like
Almost
just
sounds like she has vocal damage.
yeah,
Like,
it's that really textured voice. And it's interesting to go along with what your description of the meaning of the song is. This is another song where it was correct for her to not sound pretty.
Stephanie, thank you. Thank you.
It
And
was
you just totally put in one sentence what I was trying to say.
yeah, it was correct for her to not sound pretty. It sounded textured, grimy, story, and that's what this is, because this is a diss track. this is a diss track.
Y'all, she's a big words person, so she knows her words.
Yes,
And Stephanie
absolutely.
was like, "Oh, I asked Stephanie one time. I said, you know what that sound means?" She said, "Yeah, it's a diss track."
Yeah, it's a diss track.
That's all.
I thought their
Your
unison
looks are
sound.
laughable,
Yeah.
unphotographable. Come on.
Come on, but you my favorite work of art. Like even the way you looking, you still my favorite. I still love
You're
you.
like a Picasso. You just look a
Right.
big old mess.
Right, you a blob, but I love you. Yeah, they were just wonderful together. They were wonderful together. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So, who was picked? Who was sent home?
So Adam picked Lucia as our winner, and unfortunately, that meant that Hayden went home.
You know, it's the fact that we're saying it this early, like we're seeing some of these people go home this early, and I'm just like,
right.
This season is scary.
It is scary.
To digress for just 1 second, I watch Clark Beckham's
Idol recap.
Idol recap, right? And Clark, because he's been through this on another singing competition, and he said, they pick kind of their themes for the season if you notice it and watch these shows enough. He's like, but then there are some seasons where they just like, you know what, we want some singers, not singers. We want some singers.
Right.
And to me,
This
They
is
got
the
some
season. Absolutely.
on the
Absolutely.
voice this season. Just some sandals, just flat-footed singing.
But you know what that means?
We
That
gonna
means
be
we're going to get our feelings hurt a
we gonna
lot.
get pissed off.
Yeah, we're going
Yep.
to get our
All
feelings
right.
hurt.
All right. Yeah, sad to see Hayden go.
Yeah,
He caressed that song. He milked it.
sure did.
Great.